Well, Tammy has reached out to us today about her date with Brett. It's a 7:15 second date update, and she really wants to see him again.
She said they got along great, and she really, really likes this one.
Yeah, and she's very curious as to why he hasn't responded back to her. I actually have him on hold. I've told him why we're calling him.
Okay.
So he is he's ready to go.
All right, perfect, Kevin. Let's do it. Let's bring it back on. We have Brett on hold. Good morning, Brett. How you doing?
Hey, how's it going? I'm well.
Well, I appreciate your time this morning. Kevin kind of gave you a gist of it, but we want to ask you about this girl, Tammy, that you went on a date with. She's really into you, really wants to see you again, and is kind of just bummed she hasn't heard from you.
I mean, do we really have to drag this out? Do we have to go through all this?
Well, yes.
When you say drag it out, we just wanted to ask you a couple of questions. Is that okay?
If we got to, yeah. But I feel, it's kind of like one of those things. I kind of feel bad about it, but.
Brett, well, I will tell you, obviously we got your number from Tammy, and she wants to know. She asked us to find out, so I wouldn't feel bad. What's the deal?
I don't know. Remember, back in COVID, everybody was wiping everything down, and everything was, we're washing our hands every other second, and she's kind of like she's wiping everything down, and we went to Mission BBQ in Tampa, and she was wiping down the table and the seat. And then she was handing it off to me. It's like we were cleaning before we sat down. We were cleaning. And then, but it got worse. It was like she wiped her silverware and the top of the glasses. The server saw her craziness and was like, "This woman's crazy." It's a bit much. I get it. We all don't want germs, but she's still there.
Well, obviously, some people are a little bit more worried about germs than others, but you felt like this was a little excessive?
A little, yeah.
They leave you wipes at the grocery store to wipe off the handle. I thought everybody did that.
Do you do that?
Absolutely, I do.
Yeah, see, I don't.
Yeah, but
really?
The top of your glasses and your silverware,
I have wiped silverware, but I've never done glasses, though.
Yeah, I get it.
All right, well, Brett, I don't know if it's that bad of a thing to be extra careful, but if it becomes a scene, I kind of get what you're saying. We actually have Tammy on the phone, Brett, and I want to bring her back on. She may be cleaning now. Tammy.
Yeah, I'm here.
So obviously you heard what Brett had to say, so you're a little bit of a clean person, huh?
Yeah, I think that's a good thing, it should make you happy that being with somebody that's a clean person, it's not really something to be ashamed of. Why would you care that I'm a clean person?
It's not about being ashamed. It's it's fine, but it's really, you're a little overboard, a little OCD about it. It's a little crazy. I'm even thinking of more things, after we had our hands on the menu, it's like you threw a wipe, gave me a wipe, and I'm like, what's this for? And you're like, oh, we just had our hands on the menu. I'm thinking,
well, they are pretty dirty, though, Brett.
Yeah, menus are gross. Think of all the snotty kids that, touch it and sticky, and menus are disgusting anyway.
I know, but it's not I don't know. I don't think it's such a big deal, and I feel like it's overboard. I look at our future and I go, hey, what's this going to be like? Are you going to wipe down the sheets before we go to bed? Are you going to what's going on?
No, but think about it. We're coming into flu season, and they're saying it's going to be the worst flu season ever because of COVID. And I'm just being safe. I really don't want to catch this thing again. And it's nasty, and these germs are everywhere. I just feel like we need to protect ourselves. I don't think it's a bad thing to want to be clean and sanitary and have good personal hygiene. A lot of people really don't, and it's gross.
It's overboard. It was crazy overboard. I'm telling my friends about it, and they were calling you Mrs. Clean. It's
I don't think that's a bad thing. I'd be proud of that one. I don't know. I don't see what the problem is, and I can't understand. Are you just not a clean person? Should I be wiping you down?
Whoa.
That makes me question your personal hygiene.
I'm pretty clean, but you're overboard, so it's a little bit too much for me.
I got to agree. Honestly, I don't mind somebody who's overly clean. That's not a bad thing, but I guess, Brett, it's just a little bit too much for you.
You wipe down the silverware when you go to a restaurant?
Depends on the restaurant.
I will say she does. Right? The first thing she does every morning is she cleans off the desk in here and all the keyboard, the mouse, every day.
I do.
You got me, girl. See?
Girl power. I love it.
Maybe you should date her.
I think we would get along pretty well, though, Tammy.
I know, right?
Brett, if her biggest sin in your mind is that she cleans too much, I feel like you've won when it comes to, things that you're looking for that may be wrong. Is this really going to be a deal breaker?
Yes.
All right.
That's unfortunate. I had a really good time.
Are you sure you don't want to go back out with her again, Brett? We could set you up somewhere you don't feel like you have to wipe down the table in the booth.
I don't feel like I have to wipe down the table at booth anywhere. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with a little dirty. It's okay.
Well, Brett, I appreciate your honesty, I guess. And Tammy, you keep doing what you're doing. There's no reason for you to change, right?
I don't know. I don't feel like I should change myself for other people. Germs are germs.
Great point.
Great point, too. Well, I'm sorry this one didn't work out, you guys.
It is what it is.
Absolutely right. Well, Brett, thanks for your time. Tammy, thanks for your time. You guys take care.
All right. Have a good day.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Listen, there's two schools of thought on this, I feel like. If you are going to be overboard and so worried about it, maybe you shouldn't go out, right? And that's one thing. I don't think that's the case with Tammy. I feel like she's just being cleanly. She wants to wipe down menus. She wants to do that. That's great. But if you start reaching for someone else's silverware and wiping it down, then that might be a little distracting on a first date. You're going, okay, what are you doing? Because now your hands are touching if you're really a germ.
Just being nice.
She is being nice. But then the next thing you know, she's reaching across and she's dabbing a little something out of the corner of your mouth. And like, oh, we got a little cookie there or whatever it is.
Well, again, that's just being nice.
Okay. If you did that to me, that would be odd.
I told you you've had thing in your mouth.
That's
before,
one thing to say you have
face.
something in your mouth, but the other thing is to reach around and just take the liberty of, here, give me that menu.
No,
Here,
I'm
give me
not
that
gonna do
silverware.
that.
It could be a little overboard, I think, but I didn't think she was overboard. She just is, hey, I like to keep things clean. I don't think that's a bad thing at all.
I mean, those menus are pretty gross.
They are gross. I want to see what you think, though. 800-992-1099, 800-992-1099. Would this have been a deal breaker for you? Was she overboard? Would that have been distracting to you? We want to know right now. Hit us up. 800-992-1099. Here's one of your QIK guitar pull artists, Jimmy Allen, Down Home.